Now Jackson. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
And a Raven first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Let's go, defense. And here we go. Check three, check three, check three.
It's a give to the right, Ingram. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 13.
3 down, 3 down. 21, 21.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Here we go. 180. Yeah. Strong right.
They'll run for the first time here with Matt Breida. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here's a 4-receiver look now. 3 of those guys out to the right side on 2nd and 8. To throw is Garoppolo. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence, or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook, and a great grab on the other end.
Here we go. 180. Here we go. Check. 21.
Now a play fake here on first down. And that's complete to Sanders. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. They're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, you know, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 27. Looking to throw. Garoppolo. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
Second and 10 now from the 27.
Here we go, D. Get off the field.
Hey, alert! Alert! Alert, man!
Garoppolo again. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
So a pretty shaky start here for both sides.
Yeah, each quarterback's throwing a ball to the other team. Do you think on both sidelines they're sitting them down and saying, okay, remember, this is the color jersey we're wearing. They're wearing the other color. Let's make sure we get it to our guys, please.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. They run the counter. Ingram. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Now on 2nd and 13. Jackson dancing to his left. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. We're scoreless after 1. On 3rd down, Mark Ingram. And he gets us to the 48, but no further. Well short of the line to gain. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
As much as I praise teams for being true to who they are, in this situation, I wonder if maybe they outguessed themselves a little bit. 3rd down, seemed like an obvious passing situation. They chose to run it and didn't get anywhere close to the 1st down.
They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down. They'll indeed go for it with Jackson. That's to his running back, complete. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven 1st down.
Good route, good pickup for 1st down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot.
There goes Mark Ingram. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Ingram, 41 yards, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told, as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line.
Here we go. Like 80! Crunch time, defense.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Marching in for the sack, Matthew Judon.
Well, that was an interesting little chess match there because the offense went empty set. No running backs in the backfield, so they're trying to get people out into a route pretty quickly. But guess what? The defense sees that. They go ahead and move themselves into a blitzing situation and come right after the quarterback. They had more guys there than they could block.
Returnable for Thomas. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock here?
And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Ingram with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Ravens are able to show off their quick strike ability. Tucker now for the extra point. And this is no good. Missed the PAT, so they fail to connect, and this remains a 13-0 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Looking to throw, Garoppolo completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Here we go.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Deep ball for Goodwin. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Watch quick. Watch the track.
After the interception, here's Jackson. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Nick Bosa, he's the culprit, dropping him for a 2-yard loss. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Jackson. And the throw there going to be incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. Jackson nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Quan Alexander, and the Niners take over in terrific field position.
Here we go, here we go. Wait, 80!
Heavy on the edges, heavy on the edges.
11, 11, 11, 11, 21, 21. Here we go.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run as they are now on the board here in the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed, and a lot of football, full half to be played. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
He's going deep for Brown. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Now it's Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The linebacker, Fred Warner, right there on the coverage. So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. The 49ers have Richie James back deep. Taking it about the 16. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically what they're doing.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Pernell McPhee leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
You're not ready. You're not ready. Slam, slam, slam.
Garoppolo now. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Pernell McPhee in there again as he's able to pick up sacks on both 1st and 2nd down. That last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long.
Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So it wasn't the line that jumped that time, the 2nd level.
No, that's a great observation because most of the time it's those guys up front so eager to get off on the snap. They do it, but in this case, you're exactly right. 2nd level, probably because they moved up to the 1st level, and that hurts them.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. It's caught by Sanders. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
It's 4th
Here we go.
Mike 48. I got him. Check.
I got you.
Hot, hot.
Hey, gun.
Hey, we're going to Mike the 48 right now. Let's go. I got one. Check 3.
11.
They run for it with Breida. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. Throwing on 1st is Garoppolo. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Patrick Onwuasor. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. Well, let's get back to the playoff picture. We talked about the AFC. Let's look at the NFC. That race starting to come into focus. We know most of the teams, Seahawks, 49ers, Saints, and Packers all in. Vikings in good shape. How do you handicap this race? It seems like anyone can beat anyone.
I think you're spot on because if you were...
And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Nick Bosa able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. And the pressure gets to him again. Eric Armstead. The offensive line is in tatters as that's now 3 sacks in 3 plays. Here's Sam Cook now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. James now to return. A great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Here we go, here we go. Like 20! Flag! Make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make 3. 218, chop it. Hey, alert! Alert! Alert!
Check it out, read. 48 for Mike. Bandit. Mike.
Hey, wahoo! Go ahead.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. To throw, it's Garoppolo. On the screen, this is Coleman. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A very solid gain of 27.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out.
And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown run, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that will put them on top here in the 3rd. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. And he will find his way forward to about the 23-yard line. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
And it's 3rd down.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Ravens on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. This time Jackson will throw it. And that will be incomplete.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw, trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it this time. Doesn't work out. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
Here we go, here we go. 180! 2, 2, 2. Recon, 132 fighter. I got this.
48.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
Here we go.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
21. Here we go.
Garoppolo looks to throw. Man open. It's Goodwin. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Matt Breida. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. And the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This fielded at the 2.
Let's go. Do it.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Here we go.
Now Jackson. This one complete to Ingram. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Jackson now. Open man is the tight end, Nick Boyle. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. D Ford in there with pressure yet again. That is the 7th time that they have dropped him here this afternoon. After the sack on 1st down, Jackson and his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all three still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on fourth down.
Block! 12, fellas, here we go. Check three. Check four. Block. Smooth.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on fourth down and 9.
White. 21. Hey, gun. 11. 65. Say hi.
Garoppolo going to go on fourth down. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Rush in. Under 10.
Here's Jackson. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Here we go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They have the lead, still a one-possession game, but the defense got to stop. They've got the football now, just salted away, right?
Exactly. That's all the defense is counting on from their offense. They did their job in a big way. You know they're over on the sidelines now starting to take their tape off. And, hey, we've done this thing. The offense has to put it away, and that means ball security.
Absolutely. Stranger things have happened. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
At the 20-yard line.
Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Here's Breida. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Here we go. 180!
Defense wins championships, baby.
49. 11, 11. SOS. I got you. SOS.
On third down, a run from Breida. And he's into the clear. He's at the 50, the 30, 10, 5, touchdown, 49ers. Matt Breida, 76 yards. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Go ahead and give him the hat trick. He's been in the end zone now 3 times.
You toss your fedora first, okay? You go ahead and do that. But let's be honest about it. That third one, that's the most spectacular run he's had in the ballgame. It's almost as if he's been playing his own game of, can I top this? And each run has been more spectacular than the last.
Gold with the extra point, and the lead is up to 15 now. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit the sack to the Oregon Duck, DeForest Buckner. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. And he's going to go down again. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Throwing on 3rd and long. Jackson. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Fourth down, here's Jackson. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and you can just about put this one in the win column for the 49ers. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. It's Coleman here. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 4-yard line.
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal.
They're not ready for this.
They will run again with Coleman. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining. And he takes it in for the score on the game. But a little whipped cream on top.